Well, The Devil is a Part-Timer is getting a Season 3, 10 years after the original and 1 year after the second. The seasons are a bit like buzzes really, one doesn't come along for ages and then two come along at once. But after its revival last year, many were left feeling that it should have stayed dead after all. For years it fell into that category of anime where fans demanded a Season 2 after not getting one for so long, a bit like No Game No Life for example, but sometimes you have to be careful what you wish for. Incredibly, it plummeted from a 7.76 in Season 1 on my anime list to a shocking 6.67 in Season 2. So let's go through some of the issues with Season 2 and let's see what can be done to make Season 3 better. So the first thing that strikes you when you watch Season 2 is the art style and animation. When there's a big gap between seasons in anime, there's always the chance the studios will change or the art styles will change, and the original series had that 2010 to 2014 kind of art style that many great anime of the era used because that was the trend at the time. But like any trend in life, they come and go and are replaced with new ones. I mean, hey, if it was up to me, I would stick with the exact same art style as Season 1. The best way I can describe Season 2's art style and the current trend is soft, round and plasticine-like. In fact, it's like the characters have actually aged 10 years, and to preserve how they looked in Season 1, they've had plastic surgery and now their faces can barely move. Actually, it's not too dissimilar to Simon here, to be fair. Mal went from a pretty believable devil in a human's body kind of design, you know, the dark hair, the menacing look on his face, the sharp edges, to Masamune, a character from an ecchi anime, Ero Manga Sensei. He went from this to this. He went from this to this! Yes, these are actually the same character. I mean, seriously, what happened? I didn't even realise how bad it was until I looked at them side by side. Why is his hair sticking out now? The eyes are completely the wrong shape for him. He's basically a different character. It's not that the art style was necessarily terrible, it's just not the right fit for The Devil is a Part-Timer. As I said, the words soft and round come to mind when I look at the characters now, and that simply doesn't fit the darkness and action of the show, and it's not what you associate the devil with. Although what I would say is that actually, because of the complete lack of action and darkness compared to Season 1, it's actually suited this season quite well. But that leads me on to the second issue with Season 2. The biggest issue for me was pacing. What interested me when I was researching The Devil is a Part-Timer is whereabouts we are in the story. Are we a third of the way through? Are we halfway through? No. So in 2020, the light novel ended after 30 whole volumes, and can you guess how many volumes were adapted for Seasons 1 and 2? 5 whole volumes out of 30 in 2 seasons of anime. If they keep adapting them at this rate, we'll end up with 12 seasons. No wonder we got virtually no plot development. But this can also be seen as a positive. In the context of the overall story, Season 2 is quite a small fragment of it. When you adapt so little and stretch it out over 12 whole episodes, it's always going to feel slow. And because this particular fragment of the show had less action, Season 2 suffered for it. Season 1 had a good balance of action and slice of life, but Season 2 was pretty much just slice of life, and I think that's why there was such a disconnect between the two seasons. If Season 2 was paced properly, the upcoming volumes that will be adapted for Season 3 would have been in Season 2 instead, and my guess, having not read the light novel myself, is that the action will be returning soon in these upcoming volumes. Season 2 almost acted as a sacrifice just to get that bit of the story out of the way and done. Well, that's my guess anyway. Stories like this need to be 50% action, 50% slice of life. If it's all action, then it's just mindless fighting for no reason, and if it's just slice of life, the show turns into something completely different from what the viewer signed up for. That's why a balance of both is needed, to bring value to both elements. One thing I did like, however, was the romance. Whilst I do think the reactions are a bit over the top at times, which made it feel a little bit immature for an adult cast, I think that's just part of the humour of the series. I especially enjoyed the development of the side characters' romance as well. And we also see Emmy showing signs of softening towards Mao internally, although she's still very much tsundere towards him externally. Also, Alice Romas joined the cast as Emmy and Mal's kid, and she's joined the influx of cute kids we're seeing in anime now. She's basically just a plot device to give a reason for Emmy and Mal to spend time with each other, and we find out she's also a sword as well. There's not really much to her character right now, but maybe in Season 3 we'll find out more about her, or maybe she grows up a bit and gets a bit more character development, because right now she's cute and that's about it really. I still enjoy the comedy of the series, maybe not quite as much as Season 1. I still like the dryness and sarcasm at times, and the unexpectedness of what they do and say at other times. Oshia is probably my favourite character right now. I like how he worries about money and housework all the time, and has a complete lack of awareness when it comes to romance. Plus, I like the continuity of the voice actors. After 10 years there's always a chance they're going to change, especially in the dubs, but I was pleasantly surprised. Overall, there are a lot of issues that need to be fixed in Season 3. My fear is because of the quick turnaround from Season 2, they've just gone gone ahead and made Season 3 straight after Season 2 without taking the time to take on board the criticism Season 2 got. But I think the original series we all loved is still there somewhere. Some things like art style are probably not going to change at this point because I don't see them moving studios. However, as unlikely as it is, I'd just be happy with them adjusting Mal's design. But pacing can be fixed and character development can be too. But Season 3 will be make or break for the series. People won't give it another chance if they're as unsatisfied with Season 3 as they were with Season 2. But I hope it works out because we all know the potential is there for the series.